Davido had his concert last night in Lagos. It was all interesting, and a lot of people are really vibing to that thing now on social media. I think the responses that Davido had was all interesting to an extent. Davido defies cancel order by politicians, Nigerian politicians. Perform in Lagos, shut down that particular arena. A lot of people will understand that at the time, Davido was really on an interview and said something like, diaspora Nigerians, they should not relocate back home because it's not cool back home and a lot of other things. Somehow, some people came after the video, blasting the video, saying a lot of things. These are majorly politicians who does not stream the video on Spotify, on Apple, and the rest. But the street people were with the video. The people in the street loved the video and said, we are with you on this. And that was really interesting at the time. I think we need to actually understand that when you speak the mind of the street will belong to you. And that is something that has happened to Davido. And they came all out to support Davido at his concert in Lagos. It was all a vibe and interesting one for Davido at that time. Let's catch a glimpse. Now, what can you make out of these stories? I want you to put your own comment in the comment section because a lot of people are having their own opinion around this and it's all interesting at the time. Did Burna Boy humiliate or humble Burna by showing him his garage? That is another thing a lot of people are really asking right now. Remember that Burna Boy was seen hanging out with Klobeli, and Klobeli happens to be Gunna's ex to an extent. And now having a thing to do with Burna Boy, Gunna in Nigeria, visiting Burna Boy showing off his garage to Gunna, and he was a bit humbled and marveled at that. A lot of people are raising some eyebrows on this and saying a lot of things about this. Let's catch a glimpse first. What do you have to say about this? Some people are saying that, Burna Boy versus Gunna, who is more successful? You need to actually understand that Burna Boy is more successful than Burna in terms of this entertainment act. Burna Boy is more internationally known than Gunna to an extent. That is something a lot of people don't really understand about this thing that is trending out on social media. And you've got to understand that, maybe because Burna Boy is a Nigerian artist, most Nigerians will not really agree with that. Burna Boy is more successful than Gunna. And most ladies, they like dating up. That is something I got to understand. And, Klobeli dating Burna Boy is like dating who is bigger than Gunna. And somehow, this has been confirmed in a lot of stories, a lot of statistics, and the achievements of Burna Boy on the loose right now. That is something I got to understand from that story. So you guys that are saying that Gunna is bigger than Burna Boy, you guys are really wrong about that, and you have to understand that from a dynamic point of view. Guys, between the camp of Davido and Burna Boy, they are still fighting. Yes, that is something interesting about that. Remember when Cubana Chipri said Lamborghini na water, the camp of Burna Boy felt that he was really referring to Burna Boy because Burna Boy bought a Lamborghini or so. And now, Burna Boy decided to buy a Cybertruck for his best friend. And then, said some people just they make my church not be church matter. You say you don't buy Cybertruck, weigh your own. That escalated at the time because on social media, a lot of people were having different kind of opinions, stories around that, and it was all trending. And now, from the camp of Davido, this guy is coming to say, you all are leasing cars to compete with Davido. Who is paying cash? 30 BG member is replying, these guys, Burna Boy's camp. This is in response to Burna Boy's statement about Cybertruck of Davido and all those kind of things. I think it's all trending out on social media. A lot of people are having says on this. I think people around Davido, Burna Boy and Whizkid, they are not making the reconciliation between them possible. That is something I feel about that, because these guys are always calling out each other, always at loggerheads with each other. That is not right at all. I think you guys are really cashing on this kind of beef. That is something I believe, and bloggers are already cashing out big time on it. But what about the reconciliation between them? I think it's going to bring in more money and more support and more love in the music industry. What is your own take about this? I want you to put that in the comment section so that you can have a glimpse at what you feel about all of this. But do you quite agree with me that, Burna Boy is more successful than Gunna? I want you to put your own in the comment section, because a lot of people are still putting this on debate and saying that, Gunna is more successful than Burna Boy. But to me, I feel and I have a conviction that Burna Boy is more successful than Gunna, and a lot of people can really confirm that from big different stories. American artist, Sauti, is abusing Naira in Lagos. At a Lagos club, she was seen throwing Naira on the floor, throwing it at a stripper. So this is quite disturbing. I hope EFCC, they are watching this on social media, because you guys need to act, because it becomes selective when you arrest some people and arrest some people. That is something I feel about all of this. And people are saying that EFCC, they observe from a distance that this particular American artist should not lose guard, because EFCC not they like when they abuse Naira. But a lot of people are doing it at clubs in Lagos. That is something we got so far. Let's catch a glimpse. What is your own take about all of this? I want you to put that in the comment section so that you can have a glimpse at what you feel about all of this. Guys, coming out right now, straight out from podcast, these guys are really saying that if Davido and Whizkid won't tell us what is happening between them, the beef or the thing that caused beef between them, they should forget about it. They should stop disturbing us with this beef thing, because it's always Whizkid ranting, Davido throwing shades and all those kind of things. That is something we got to understand from the big story that is happening. Recently, Whizkid actually ranted. A lot of people did criticize Whizkid, while some other persons supported Whizkid on that. But Davido was on it maturely and decided to kind of snub Whizkid. And now, some persons are coming out to say, these guys, they should tell us what is happening between them. And if they don't want to tell us, they should keep their mouth shut. That is what a lot of people are really saying on this. Let's catch a glimpse of that.
I think everyone is a fan of Whizkid, and I think it's the same that we've seen his journey, and in the Gen Z terms, it seems like he's just crashing out online, and it's just like, it's sad in quote unquote to see our goats go down like this. I think the issue with for me, and I'm a bit chaotic, between David and Wiz, if you don't want to tell us what the actual beef is between you two, shut up or scrap it on the streets. I believe in jungle justice, innit? If you want to fight on the streets, no, because let's be serious, right? There's all of these subliminals and all of these things. No one really knows what's happening. If you're not going to go fight, call it a night. Just leave it. But the other problem that we're having, because Americans say this a lot of the time it's to do with the fans in the stands that are causing the problems. You see every day between Whizkid, Burna Boy, Davido, Whizkid will wear blue jeans. Someone will say Burna Boy wore blue jeans last year, and now that fuels them up. Social media fuels them up. Clearly, there's something that's happened between the two of them. If you don't want to scrap it out, leave it.
Now, do you quite agree with them? I want you to put your own comment in the comment section so that you can have a glimpse at what you feel so far. Davido is dethroning everybody right now on Spotify Nigeria. Based on what we are seeing right now, Davido's Auke takes #1 spot on Spotify Nigeria top chart, edging out Whiskey's Dance. And then what I understand about the Spotify Nigeria is that, Burna Boy's Bundle by Bundle is really sinking on that chart. What is really happening? That is the question many people are trying to raise right here, and this is quite disturbing at the time. Are they not streaming Bundle by Bundle? Is it not classic enough? That is the question a lot of people are really asking. Or is it not being promoted? That is also another question on the lock right now. That is something I want you guys to actually answer in the comment section.
But I think the conversations we need to start having is, number one, the pricing of our artists.
Too expensive.
And number two, the capacity of the venues that they're going to.
Yeah.
We need to remove all this sold out mentality situation where people have to do big venues. Nobody cares anymore.
Nobody cares about that.
And then the ticket prices, you have to remember, in places like Europe, outside of the UK and the United States or America, people are not paying the kind of crazy numbers we're paying for tickets.
No.
In Europe, 40 euros is a lot of money to an African immigrant that's working night jobs and stuff like that. You can't go so we have to think of those things. Like I literally just came back from Switzerland 2 days ago, and I had, in my stories, the promoter was speaking to me, and I was recording the conversation where he's saying the reason for the Afrobeat's decline is that the artists are no longer able to get to the fans because they're charging the promoters crazy money, so they can't bring them anymore.
Right.
And by not doing that, the fan base starts to reduce, the excitement starts to shrink when you cannot see your artists. Like we were speaking about Unitours a couple minutes ago. What the hell? Why did people skip the whole Unitour situation? That's the audience that keeps you alive for the rest of your life.
For that. They can't charge
of the fee.
But then the
I think artists come feeling established, like they're too big for Unitours.
That's the problem.
Not knowing
right
that
there.
ACSs have your core audience.
That's what's going to give you 7 years of food right there.
But that's the problem, right? Because the Unitour thing is a whole different pocket that they can just go into and just rip it all off. But they don't want to do that because on social media, we have this whole sold out thing mentality and everything, and that's where I kind of give Davido credit, right? Because when Burna Boy did his stadium thing, Whizkid came and did his stadium thing, right? A lot of people were saying, "Yo, is Davido going to do that?" And my guy said, "Listen,
it's probably because he saw what happened with Whizkid, though.
Let me go and JJ do my O2." You know what I'm saying? And I think artists just need to get out of that mentality.
I think David's mentality is different anyway, because last week they were dragging him for performing at the Fidelity Bank Christmas party. Like, an artist of your caliber shouldn't be.
Come on, man.
Money is money.
Money is money.
Listen, look at
Staying relevant is relevant.
And also,
before we jump off, I want to say thank you guys for watching our videos and thank you for the love so far. If you are new here, you can click the subscribe button below, the bell notification icon to always get notifications each time we upload our videos.